I was receiving this really profound vision last night, and the scene was a scribe being present at birth. Now, if you don't know what this is, a scribe is somebody that is essentially documenting and witnessing a moment being marked in the historical timeline, and it usually is a frequency, right? This being essentially delivered into this experience. It's a frequency entering into this self-organized system that will then begin to impact its immediate environment and everything in its vicinity, but it will also become impacted by the experience that it's being delivered into. Oof, oof. This is going to be a deep one, I can tell. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing for you. But the scribe is almost like a guide that's encoded into your field. It could be messages that the soul is bringing forth in the way that, the spirit wants to express and animate itself through form in this third dimension. But yeah, that's what I was seeing. It was like a voice that says, I'm witnessing you, or I'm marking this moment as a delivery of a new you. So that's the energy that I see happening within you right now, where there's this sense of the new self crowning, and your future self that you've been trying to grow into is the one that's already been waiting behind your skin for years, but finally feels safe to emerge. Okay, that's pretty much what this feels like. And the vision I keep getting is of this mother spider. So I'll probably throw up some illustrations so you can see what it is that I was basically being shown last night, what it is that was being revealed within the field. So the vision I kept getting was of this mother spider, particularly the moment where her eggs hatch, and the stories say that she gives her life so that her children can live. And it's a moment that looks like loss or death or even an ending. But what's actually happening is a transfer, because her body ends up becoming their nourishment. Her essence literally becomes their life force, and her consciousness becomes their instinct, their knowing, and also their sense of survival. So when she's gone, she actually ends up becoming internal. She becomes the memory in their cells, the intuition that guides them, and the intelligence that carries them forward. And so when she's gone, she actually ends up becoming internal. She becomes the memory in their cells, the intuition that guides them, and the very intelligence that carries them forward. And that's what this moment feels like. It's a part of you, an old self or a survival identity, maybe even a former way of being, that's passing away so that the new one can live. And it feels like grief because something familiar is dissolving, but it also is this sacred continuity because that old self isn't just disappearing, but it's becoming your foundation, your instinct, your intuition, and your embodied wisdom. It becomes the field around you, in the trees, in the air, and in the way your eyes catch the light in a way that they never have before. The old you is not absent. Instead, it's becoming the ecosystem that the new you walks through. She is the mother that gave her life so that the next version of you could carry the torch. And this is what rebirth actually looks like, because it's emotional. It's a holy moment as there's a shedding taking place so that this merging can happen, and the scribe is here, the mother is here, and the field is here. So as we approach the astrological new year, it's not that you're stepping forward alone, but you're stepping forward with every possible version of yourself that you've loved enough to let you grow beyond them. That's what it feels like. It's a moment where, yes, fear is still present, but it's also no longer I'm hearing guiding force in your life. Fear may be present, but you are becoming greater than the fear. Fear is no longer, I'm hearing, becoming the guiding force in your life. I just got a notification for 111. So 111 in this deck is the Destiny card. So let me see if I can find the Destiny card. And I'm pretty sure it literally talks about a guiding force. So we already have this. Destiny is follow what you feel. Listen as your intuition helps to guide you to what you are manifesting. The inner whispers are helping you to create all it is that you desire. So listen, lean in, and follow your soul. Life is happening for me. I'm allowing myself to lean in to what feels good. And the other message that I was getting from this, and it makes so much sense, right, is that you are deciding something. And to decide in etymology, right, in Latin, actually means to cut off. So there could be something that you are cutting off. When it comes to, I'm hearing the ruling thumb, which is quite interesting. Okay, I'm seeing it as a green thumb, and what it is that you're growing this experience to be. If the world was your garden, what seeds of intentions are you planting? And I was seeing it as also surrendering to chaos that's happening in your life and recognizing it as a cosmic force and a higher order that is rearranging the existence you're participating in to best serve you at this stage of your evolution. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. So it's also not doubting what's waiting for you as that happens as well, because your soul is working with you to align you with the highest possible timeline. That's what this is. And it's all about how conducive is this timeline. So let's go ahead and do a reading on this. I want to take a look at a Cosmos Oracle message first and just tune a bit deeper into the energy as far as this scribe at birth. Tell me about this scribe. What is being documented by the scribe at birth? What is being documented? What is being witnessed right now? We have Borealis, Aurora Polaris. Aurora Polaris. Okay, so Aurora Polaris is why am I saying Aurora Polaris? It's because it's Aurora Borealis. But this card is essentially all about magic. This is literally it. So what's being witnessed is magic. The Aurora Borealis or Aurora Borealis, I can't speak today clearly. Mercury is about to station retrograde, but this is literally all about something that people travel near and far to witness this cosmic event take place. And it's about plasma. That's what it is. It's a plasma event, which is consciousness. You know, plasma is essentially the fifth element. It's the hidden element of the universe, and it's what makes up this entire existence. And it's intelligently, I'm hearing, self-woven. So this is trusting how things are going to be weaving into your experience, but it's the feminine, so that requires surrender. It's the things in which you cannot see right now with the physical lens, yet you can feel it happening all around you. So, Aurora Borealis is a cosmic dance. What? Okay, so it's a cosmic dance. Who wouldn't want to witness this? This is what was the question that we asked, right? The question that we asked is like, what is being witnessed? Well, it's like, who wouldn't want to witness this? Why wouldn't there be a scribe at this birth? This is so funny. So, the Aurora Borealis is an event full of magic that happens in the night skies of various areas of the planet, where a light phenomenon full of color and shades and luminescence appears in the sky, dancing an astonishing cosmic dance with gentle movements. Okay, and what's super interesting is I always talk about this as you being a bioplasma being, but then also plasma life forms that are part of a counterpart Earth, right? They're part of a dimensional layer of this reality, and dimensions are not spatial concepts, but they are vibrations. And there's something vibrationally being aligned, like behind the veils. There's something that is happening within your field. I'm hearing reconfigurating within your field, recalibrating within your field. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. But these are plasma beings that come and engage with you in your third dimensional experience. And sometimes they can incarnate into physical forms, and other times they will work with you in the spirit realm to assist you within the physical human experience. And I'm seeing something like that happen where there is this moment of beckoning. That's what I'm seeing, where you are being called to safely learn more about what your life experience could look like. Okay, this is super interesting. I'm hearing it's leading you directly into a new timeline, but it's a time within yourself. It's a moment where consciousness travels into a new event before the arrival in the physical. Before you arrive somewhere in the physical, there's certain things that you're being called to decide on so that this expansion can take place. Okay. But the choice is the very thing that allows the possibilities encoded in your field to become highly conducive, and for you to draw them in, you must first decide what it is that you want to experience. And I'm also hearing where you want to go. Okay, so pure natural beauty, that's what this says. In our lives, auroras gently generate sightliness, harmony, and fluidity of movements with positive magnetism. Again, there's this fluidity that's going to be required from you. They remind us that no dream is impossible, nor any wish that is unachievable when you believe in the magic of the universe. So this is essentially saying that you are going to be called to step into a very specific experience, but it's not going to be anything that you can try to even conceptualize fully with the mind, because the universe is showing you the how something's going to happen, the when it's going to happen. As you follow your heart's desires, the universe reveals its mysteries to you around how the path will unfold, but you must first decide to walk down the path. And there's a difference when it comes to knowing the path, right, and making a decision when it comes to walking in the path. So they appear rarely at precise parts of the earth to remind us of the joy of experiencing breathtaking moments. So what is being recorded in your field, the scribe at birth, is a breathtaking moment. And it's so interesting because it's like the baby takes its first breath. That's what I'm seeing. And the umbilical cord, if you think about the umbilical cord, that is also your connection to source. And the moment that it feels like it's kind of severed, you do have this source cord, but it's like the moment that you feel like that is severed, it's like, okay, let's go and play in the human experience. I'm almost seeing it as like a leash being released, and you are literally navigating new terrain. But that connection is always there. You didn't need the cord tethered to your comfort zone, essentially, for you to be safe. You did not need that cord that I'm hearing eliminated, okay, or cut off access to many other experiences that were always accessible to you. And I'm seeing this as a leash that the fearful octave attempts to keep us on, okay, attempts to keep the spirit on as it receives this call for exploration. And I'm just seeing that be released. But that connection is always there. That connection to source and infinite potential is always there. Okay, so they appear rarely at precise parts of the earth. So I'm seeing this as sacred world line collisions entering into your experience. Trees, for example, teach us from another place that they are always there. It's not their duty to remind us of the magic of spontaneity, but instead to connect us with the wisdom of our ancestors. This is very much North Node and Pisces energy, for sure, because Virgo South Node, it loves to make plans, right? It loves to know, okay, I need to have clarity on what's going to happen on this path that I'm walking on, otherwise I don't want to walk down it. I need to be able to control everything. I need to be, prepared. And there's almost a sense of you have everything that you need, and what it is that you may feel like you don't have right now will be provided. There is more than enough. It's a moment of you don't have to bring sand to the beach. It's like, that's what this is, Like, you don't need to bring sand to the beach. It's about, I need to be prepared to play with the sand castle and create the sand castle. And it's like, no, you will have everything that you need. You don't even need a shovel. You have everything you need within you. You have your own hands to be able to mold this experience. So yeah, but instead try to connect us with the wisdom of our ancestors. Yet the auroras are part of the cosmic masteries that teach us to connect with believing. So again, believe and don't doubt everything that's in store for you as you venture into infinite quantum possibilities. Yet the auroras are part of the cosmic masteries and teach us to connect with believing. It's a great moment when its musical notes vibrate and accompany the cosmic dance with color, peace, and well-being. Allow yourself to move smoothly, and it opens up the immensity of dreams. To activate, it's a 333 portal, and right behind the 111 was 333. And this card talks about potential. It says, the portal end to be thankful. Your chance to reach your highest of potentials is here. Perseverance has gotten you to where you are. You've been through so much, and this guidance is here to show you that you're exactly where you need to be. My potential is infinite, and I use my strength as my ally to pursue my highest good. Now, what's super interesting is you have the void at the base. Now, the void behind Aurora Polaris is really beautiful because it's a moment of nothing. Like, go nowhere, because that's where everything is. Stop trying to understand. Stop trying to understand infinite realities and infinite potential, and just lean into the experience of anything can happen around the corner, and be comfortable with not having a point of reference of what this may look like. Because you can only refer to your future based off of your past experiences. But if you're present in the eternal now, in the eternal I am, in the eternal infinite being that you are, in a reality that has infinite potential, I'm hearing you're removing limitations from the equation. The limit does not exist. Okay, I'm hearing stop trying to find limitations with your infinite potential. You're playing with limits in this realm. Void. Okay, so void speaks about, this is empty space. Can you handle it? No answer, no message, and no energy. There is nothing, and at the same time, it's like a paradox of silence. It can be louder than 1,000 words, opening up the possibility of the whole. So cosmic voids are like bubble-like structures that contain nothing inside and are scattered throughout space. So that's almost like multiverse. It's like multiverses inside of multiverses. They act as valuable tools to unravel the mysteries of the universe. What did I just say? Follow your heart's desires and the universe will reveal its mysteries to you. So, quite literally, right? The mysteries of the universe, right here. Now, it also says, if you have already asked many questions, this can appear as an issue with a rather short, decisive energy. What did I say at the beginning? Making a decision, right? What's the etymology origin for it? Okay. So, decisive energy, such as everything has already been said to you, I have nothing more to give you. And it can also impose its healing limits. Okay. Super interesting. So there's like an integration process that's taking place, but most importantly with Aurora Polaris, it's very much an energy of, okay, something is being documented because you're now creating from this place of infinite potential and allowing yourself to become a conduit instead of creating from survival. Right, so Aurora Polaris, where should we go from here? Let's take a look at a Magic of the Gathering card, since it is a magical gathering. What else? What's the character for the Aurora Polaris? Oh my gosh. Let me be back. That card flew. Okay, so the card that just flew is Feeding on the Past. Okay, Feeding on the Past is a super interesting card. This is about Harpy. Let me go ahead and read it for you. And this is also via the mind. Okay, it's like you can't go back to the past physically, but you can go back there mentally, bioelectrically, quantumly. Let me find this card real quick. Biologically, Feeding on the Past. So, what's being witnessed is our brain keeps us safe, but our heart sets us free. The mind, Virgo, the analytical mind, mercurial energy, wants to understand Jupiter energy with the North Node and Neptune, right? Pisces ruler. It wants to understand this expansion that will occur. Something that only time will teach you. I'm hearing the magic of time moving through you and you being able to experience yourself through time as time moves through you and bleeds into space and time into this external experience. The heart is guiding you in a way that the mind doesn't fully understand, and the mind is going to be catch up in a linear fashion with what the heart already knows. Because the heart has its own mind. And the heart also has its own neural networks. So just like in neuroscience, the brain creates synapses that are then projected energetically into the hologram in which you're experiencing, because reality is literally bleeding through you, and then you're projecting a certain version of reality based upon what's happening in here and in here. The heart also has its own synapses, and this is also callings. It's networks of experiences that you're being called forth into. I'm hearing that are designed for this next phase in your own expansion journey. So our brain keeps us safe, but our heart sets us free. If we live in fear, we can become enthralled with the past, reliving memories of danger and pain to stay safe. But life is in the present, where our heart is beating. We need to be in our heart to feel the enthusiasm it takes to create an awesome future. And that's what this is. That's what's taking place, right? First of all, that's the upright. Now, there was also another message. Oh, we'll see if it comes back around. Something around, okay, when consciousness wakes up in this construct, it begins to behave very, very differently. The point of reference that you have for the past was based upon unconscious wounds and behavior and not having conscious input into the system. And there's something about you consciously making decisions now, okay? So if you're stuck reliving a memory, ask yourself why you're attached to the memory. Could you let it go? And imagine if you forgot it completely. How would your life be different? Okay, so that's what's being witnessed. With Polaris, Aurora Polaris is very much a returning back to your fluid, formless nature. It's when we begin to attach with the limits that we create for ourselves, because the universe is abundant. This reality is abundant. It's a beautiful illusion that we've created for ourselves to play in. And there are no rules in the playground other than the rules that we create for ourselves. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at what else. But it's like productivity is to play. You came here to play and experience, so don't climb up the jungle gym and then be scared to go down the slide, You're here to feel the full range. That's what I'm seeing. It's like you're at Homie. I don't know if you guys, I remember actually I did a reading on this years ago about Homie. When you're a child and you're playing like it, or yeah, you're playing it. It's like, like it, you're it. I got you, you're it. It's like that. But then you have this safe space, right? You have Homie, and that could be like a lamppost. It's whatever the team decides it to be. It could be a side on the pavement. It may be a gate, but that's Homie. No one can touch you, and you're invincible there. And that's where the ego feels like it's in control, but then it also lacks this sense of freedom and liberation and excitement within the human realm when we just stay rigid at Homie. We actually don't play the game. We actually begin to stop ourselves from making or remembering a memorable experience. And when I say that, these are memories that will unfold before you, because everything has already happened. And you can lean into your highest potential future and remember it before you experience it in a linear fashion. That's what I'm seeing as well. Can't you remember how everything has unfolded for your highest good? And part of the journey to get there is to step away from that home base that fear creates, can keep us in, as long as we choose that. That's what I'm seeing. It's like an innate, and it's doing the best that it knows with the intelligence that it has. That's what the reptilian brain does. It's designed to keep us safe and stable and secure and anchored into the experience. But there comes a moment where consciousness is not just localized to that octave of self, but it's the very field of experience that we're moving through. When you recognize that you are playing with yourself through infinite countless life forms, and you are the lamppost that's the homie, you are the pavement in which you're touching or seated upon, that you are the other life forms that you're playing with yourself through that are projected around you. There's this innate sense of liberation. And in this experience, that could look like leaving a job that's your comfort zone, that you know is something that drains you, right? And you could stay out of a sense of guilt. We literally have guilt here at the base. Maybe it's staying in a relationship for far too long after its expiration date. Okay, I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. I'm going to go ahead and read this. But it's a self-organized system. It's knowing that whatever is vibrationally aligned with that person, with that place, with that thing, will vibrate into its experience, just like yours. But it's remembering yourself and also everyone else as powerful fractals of awareness filled with infinite potential. So the energy of fear has many guises to complicate your path to loving yourself. Guilt is the most devious because it's a wolf in sheep's clothing. It's self-imposed emotion that pretends to be instructive and enlightening, right? Oh, I'm just gonna stay here because, it feels good. This is where we confuse familiarity with safety. When we recognize and remember that our confidence in ourselves as creator beings in this realm is exactly what it is that we need. Our sense of safety cannot be dependent upon the external. It's our own connection with source and source experiencing itself through us as a fractal expression of the infinite plasma being. That's only going to come from your direct connection. So it's a self-imposed emotion that pretends to be instructive and enlightening. Guilt can help us grow when we realize that our actions have been hurtful to others and that we need to make amends. It's time to learn from the behavior and move on. The problem arises when we hold on to guilty feelings that serve no purpose other than promoting self-destructiveness and low self-esteem. No one is perfect, everyone makes mistakes. Guilt is not always rational, but if you examine it subjectively and act on it and release it, it becomes a temporary emotion. So again, guilt is designed, or even fear is also designed to be a temporal emotion, and we can observe and examine objectively that part within us. Long-held guilty feelings are never good and will create a roadblock to self-love and happiness. You must continually scan your current emotions for any guilty feelings and bring them to the surface for analysis. Healthy guilt is a warning that action should be taken. Irrational guilt needs to be released. So there's almost like healthy guilt that you also could be feeling, and it's a warning that action should be taken. And that's what I'm sensing, where there is the guilt of where you have almost abandoned your soul's path for far too long by holding on to homie for life, essentially. That's what I'm seeing. And life begins to look very different when it's not just been you that's held on to this homie. There's also been a nucleus of a family. And that could be the family in which you were born into. That could be your immediate environment in which you were born into, that you would then impact, and that would also go on to impact you. And you're no longer mirroring back the wounds of fear. So you're no longer holding on to this. Instead, you're releasing it. And it's in releasing it that you begin to mirror a different example to the people around you. And you begin to reinforce new ways of being And the point of reference that you're having for yourself is changing. And the point of reference that those around you are also having for you and a past way that you were previously behaving or previously operating is also changing. And it's in you mirroring that different example that you're indirectly helping those who still choose to cling on to homie, that they are also powerful creator beings. But you cannot, cling on to that same environment or that same place or same way of being, worrying about, what will they do without me? Or they can't stay there for very long without my input. So I will insert or anchor myself here. Your gift to many people is going to be breaking that cycle of codependency. And in doing that, unconditional love is going to look very different than what's being modeled to us in this matrix. Unconditional love is going to be, okay, I hopefully accept you. I accept you whether you choose to cling on to homie or whether you choose to liberate yourself from it and experience the plethora of realities that are available to you. That's what I'm seeing. It's like you're breaking out of an old mold. I'm hearing this is the moment that your true nature becomes greater than nurture. It's the moment where you nurture yourself back into collapsing into your true nature. And there could be a collapse within that nucleus of a family, because the old systems that you're no longer reinforcing slowly begin to dissolve. And that could lead to the collapse of another individual, and it could come through the form of what feels like abandonment, what feels like rejection, what feels like betrayal or grief or heartbreak, into a recalibration within that individual. And they say, hey, look at them running out free. Look at them changing. And then you are sitting with yourself, or they are sitting with themselves, confronting also what needs to change. That's what I'm seeing. It's like you're modeling a different experience, a different way of being. So I'm going to get one closing out message from the Gateway of the Light activation deck. We have Crystal Skull Wisdom, so clarity, divine healing, and high vibrational energy. Okay, so this is energy within your own mind. And then we also have Retreat at the base with Shambhala initiations. So again, this leads to the rapid unfoldment in your life path, essentially, as you trust the journey, you trust the process, you trust in what it is that you're being called to do. So these are healing tools, and they bring clarity to the mind and headspace. It delivers high vibrational frequencies into our energy field so that we can experience clear mindfulness. And if you have ever felt called to crystal skulls or have an interest in them, there's a possibility that you've connected with them in previous incarnations. But they're gateways to clarity and potential. All aspects of your life are becoming clearer at this time. Expect to become aware of what you need to step away from in order to have more of a focused path. You may have felt indecisive. So decision and indecision has been a huge thing, but now you are downloading direct guidance from the heart of source so that you can live and express yourself in a more authentic way. Know that downloads often appear as your own inner guidance, encouraging you to move forward. And again, your body is speaking to you, your emotions are speaking to you, your body is always informing you, because emotions are vibrations, right? They're frequencies. So there's a certain frequency in which you're feeling that could be discomfort in, what was previously your comfort zone, essentially. And that could be the way that people see you, the way that people feel about you, or how you've seen and felt about yourself that's changing. And that will naturally, translate into the things in which you'll want to do in this realm. The things that you want to take action on. The key is, I'm hearing, to invest in your own soul's path. The key is to recognize the calmness they bring. This is a time of clarity and connection. Crystal Skull Wisdom is here to bring clarification to what you've been receiving within. So in order for the next phase of your journey to unfold, you must follow the information that you've received. You know what you need to do in order to heal and grow. If you've been asking for a sign that the healing work that you've done is successful, then trust this card is the message that you've been waiting for. So there's a healing that's taking place. Because what ends up seeming like the severing actually ends up becoming the very thing that liberates and connects you to yourself more than ever, right? It's a paradox because you'll never feel so free. It's a paradox because it's like when you're flying, yet you also feel incredibly anchored and grounded. It's like only in chaos can you begin to see the cosmos. Only while experiencing disorder can you come back into yourself and hold space for the secret ordering that's unfolding. So, with that being said, I'm going to love and leave you right there. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, do consider subscribing. Personal reading details are also down below. Also, check out 𝓪𝓭𝓪 if you're looking for some high quality AA grade jewelry, small family-owned business that handcraft these beautiful gemstones. So you have 2 discount codes for that in the description box. I don't know if you can see the 𝓪𝓭𝓪 symbol. But until next time, bye!